Attorney General Pam Bondi has disclosed that a significant cache of documents related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, described as a truckload amounting to thousands of pages, has been handed over to the FBI. Speaking with Fox News' Sean Hannity, Bondi detailed how her office, after initially receiving only a few hundred pages, leveraged a whistleblower's tip to uncover a trove of evidence hidden in the Southern District of New York.
We all did. And the FBI handed over a couple hundred of pages of documents. But, Sean, I gave them a deadline of Friday at 8 a.m. to get us everything. And a source had told me where the documents were being kept, Southern District of New York, shock. So we got them all by, hopefully all of them, Friday at 8 a.m., thousands of pages of documents. I have the FBI going through them, and Kash is also, now that we have Kash here, it's a game changer, of course, and Kash is going to, Director Patel is going to get us a detailed report as to why the FBI withheld all of those documents.
Okay, I want to be clear because I think people got frustrated because they were expecting more. You were expecting more, and you didn't find out less than 24 hours before the release. You got a whistleblower that confirmed that there were way more documents that they were supposed to turn over, and then you found out just before that.
Well, sure. And you're looking at these documents going, these aren't all the Epstein files. There were flight logs, there were names and victims' names. And we're going, where's the rest of the stuff? And that's what the FBI had turned over to us. And so a source said, whoa, all this evidence is sitting in the Southern District of New York.
Yep.
So based on that, I gave them the deadline, Friday at 8, a truckload of evidence arrived. It's now in the possession of the FBI. Kash is going to get me and himself really a detailed report as to why all these documents and evidence had been withheld. And, we're going to go through it as fast as we can, but go through it very cautiously to protect all the victims of Epstein, because there are a lot of victims.
Well, you had identified in phase one over 254.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, is that the only thing that would be redacted? Will everything else be made public that you get in your possession?
Yeah, the FBI hasn't had, obviously, they haven't looked at the thousands of pages of documents that they've just received Friday.
Yeah.
But Kash has a team going through them, and it's always about protecting the victim. But you know what? We believe in transparency, and America has the right to know. The Biden administration sat on these documents. No one did anything with them. And why were they sitting in the Southern District of New York? I want a full report on that. Sadly, these people don't believe in transparency, but I think more, unfortunately, I think a lot of them don't believe in honesty. And it's a new day, it's a new administration, and everything's going to come out to the public. The public has a right to know. Americans have a right to know.
And that goes the same with the JFK files,
JFK,
files,
Martin Luther King. Yep, absolutely.
And what are the things that, and maybe some people don't understand the need to redact. In the case of a victim, that should be pretty obvious to people. What are the other things that maybe you would have to redact?
Well,
national security?
No, of course, national security, some grand jury information, which is always going to be confidential, but we'll see. Let's look through them as fast as we can, get it out to the American people, because the American people have a right to know, not only on that, but on Kennedy, on Martin Luther King, on all of these cases that the Biden administration has just sat on for all these years. So yeah, it's really, it's not sad, it's infuriating that these people thought that they could sit on this information, but they can't. It's a new day, and we believe in transparency, and it's going to come out. And when we redact things, Sean, what we're going to do is not just pull pages out like they used to do. If something's redacted, you will know the line, and you will know why it's redacted. A victim's name, identifying information of a victim.
We got them all by Friday at 8 a.m., Bondi stated, highlighting the urgency of her imposed deadline, which forced the FBI to act swiftly. The files reportedly include flight logs, names of potential victims, and additional evidence long believed to be missing. This revelation raises serious concerns over why such crucial materials remained undisclosed for years. The Epstein case has long been a source of public intrigue and speculation due to Epstein's high-profile connections. The financier, who was arrested in 2019 for sex trafficking minors, died in his Manhattan jail cell later that year, with his death officially ruled a suicide, a conclusion that has sparked widespread skepticism. The newly obtained documents reignite interest in the case, with many questioning why evidence of such magnitude was concealed. Bondi has tasked FBI Director Kash Patel with investigating the delay, promising a full report on the matter. The FBI had these documents all this time, and no one did anything with them. Why were they sitting in the Southern District of New York, she questioned, criticizing what she described as years of inaction by previous administrations. A commitment to transparency was a central theme in Bondi's statements. She assured the public that the documents would be reviewed as quickly as possible while maintaining necessary precautions to protect Epstein's victims. There are a lot of victims, she acknowledged, emphasizing that their privacy remains paramount. Apart from victim names, only details relating to national security or grand jury confidentiality will be redacted, each clearly justified to maintain public trust. Bondi did not shy away from criticizing the previous administration, accusing it of intentionally suppressing the documents. They don't believe in transparency or honesty, she stated, contrasting the current effort with what she claimed were years of deliberate concealment. She extended her promise beyond Epstein, suggesting that the same approach will be applied to other long-hidden files, including those related to JFK and Martin Luther King Jr. It's a new day, and everything's going to come out, she declared. The scale of the documents, thousands of pages compared to the initial 200, suggests a wealth of untapped information. While specifics remain undisclosed pending review, these files could provide deeper insights into Epstein's network and activities. Patel, known for his meticulous approach, is leading a team dedicated to analyzing the material methodically. The Epstein case stands as a stark example of how power and influence can obscure justice. From a broader historical perspective, the withholding of such records reflects an unsettling trend in governance, where those in power have the ability to suppress inconvenient truths. Bondi's insistence on releasing these documents aligns with the fundamental democratic principle that the public has a right to the truth. Critics argue that the timing of these revelations is politically motivated, but Bondi refuted this, stating, "This is about truth, not politics." As the FBI proceeds with its review, anticipation grows over what these documents will reveal. Bondi's commitment to minimal redactions and clear explanations ensures that the public will have direct access to the findings. This push for transparency is not only a matter of justice for Epstein's victims but also a broader effort to rebuild public trust in institutions that have long been accused of protecting the powerful at the expense of accountability. The unfolding of this investigation could have far-reaching consequences. New leads might emerge, potentially implicating influential figures across various sectors. At the same time, the public disclosure of these materials may either dispel or fuel ongoing conspiracy theories surrounding Epstein's connections and untimely death. In many ways, the release of these files is more than a legal process, it is a historical moment that challenges institutions to uphold their commitment to justice. Bondi's insistence on truth and clarity underscores the importance of preserving the balance between public accountability and the careful handling of sensitive information. The coming weeks will determine whether this commitment translates into genuine transparency or if obstacles will once again hinder the search for truth. For now, the public awaits Patel's report and the eventual release of the documents. It's infuriating that they thought they could sit on this information, but they can't anymore, Bondi concluded. With the weight of public scrutiny on the investigation, this moment may redefine expectations for transparency in governance and the pursuit of justice in one of the most controversial cases in modern history.